Gunther or LA Knight, will be fighting the never-seen 17 John Cena in his final match of all time. We will determine that tomorrow. Yesterday, I gave 5 reasons why it should be LA Knight. I want it to be LA Knight. Originally, I wanted it to be Obafemi, to tell you the truth. But be that as it may, right now we got 2 choices. I want LA Knight. However, today, I'm going to tell you 5 reasons why it should be Gunther. Because Gunther is a legit choice. I'm not going to sit here and say that would be garbage booking. Gunther versus John Cena makes a lot of sense. So number 1 is, does Gunther need it? A lot of people, myself included, have said, well, Gunther, he's already been a 2-time champion. He's already held the Intercontinental title for 666 days, breaking a 37-year record of the honky-tonk man. And not to mention, he beat Goldberg in his retirement match. So does Gunther need it? And what I say to that is, did Roman Reigns, our tribal chief, need to stack Daniel Bryan on top of Edge and get the 1-2-3 at WrestleMania 38? Did Brock Lesnar need to beat Undertaker's streak at WrestleMania 30? While I hated that streak being broken, I gotta say that it definitely added to the final bossness of Brock Lesnar. It added the final bossness to Roman Reigns when he did the stack. Roman just kept winning. Like, I remember when he beat Cody Rhodes, and like it all made sense for Cody to beat Roman at WrestleMania 39. And then Roman won. Roman just kept winning and winning and winning to the point that it started to feel like he was never going to lose. And again, Brock, when he beat Undertaker, maybe he didn't need it, but boy howdy, did it really add something when someone beat Brock. Because you beat Brock beat the Undertaker. He ended the streak. So it was always a big deal. It was always a big deal before if you beat Brock, but it was a bigger deal after Brock beat Undertaker. And that would apply here. Yes, Gunther doesn't need it, but anybody who beats Gunther from this point forward gets to say, I beat the guy who beat John Cena in his last match. So no, he doesn't need it. But it would definitely add something to Gunther, and there'd be no question from this point forward that he was the final boss. Not like the mid-level boss, but the final boss of the entire movie, game, whatever you want to call it. All right, number 2. The number 2 reason could be the second coming of the Legend Killer. Gunther could literally be a guy who ends careers. He could become the career ender. That literally could be his nickname. We're about to get a bunch of people on retirement tours. AJ Styles has already said he's going to retire. Chris Jericho coming back probably for a retirement tour. Then there's just a plethora of guys just gonna retire. Rey Mysterio Jr., Randy Orton. We've got CM Punk. Lots of guys ready to kind of hang up their boots in the next 3 or 4 years. And Gunther has already started the process with retiring Goldberg, who I will forever be in debt to because I hate Goldberg and I'm glad he's retired. So thank you for that, Gunther. But this character, this moniker could really be cemented if he beats John Cena on his last match. This is where we can start a whole side gimmick that goes along with his ring general gimmick, as he's a career ender, and just have Gunther be the last match to everybody who's about to retire, except for maybe Ray, because that could be Dirty Dom's battle to fight. But everybody else, Gunther could just go on a tear in the next 3 or 4 years, just retiring everybody. Number 3 is he's safe and dependable. We're going to talk stocks here for a second, and we're going to put our business hat on, put down our creative pen. When you are investing in stocks, you want to invest in safe options. So in this case, Gunther is the safe stock to invest in. Gunther will give you a 10% return every year. Every year is 10%. 10% is not a sexy number. You want to double everything, right? You want to buy stock that's just going to go through the roof, and that's what LA Knight is. Problem with that is it's volatile. So like LA Knight, he might get you 100% return, or his stock might plummet. Fans just turn on him. They're like, the moment LA Knight gets the title, the fans are just like, nah, never mind. And the argument would be, well, look at Jay. Once we started pushing Jay, he lost all the fan support. And so it's like, I get it. They're not the same thing. I understand that. But the TKO executive, they might not. They might just prefer to get that 10% on their investment with Gunther than risk losing everything on LA Knight. So Gunther, the safe pick in this instance, is the better pick. I say put it all on LA Knight and let's ride it until the wheels fall off. But the TKO, gotta live in reality here. I could see them saying, go with the safe pick. Number 4, let's get back to our creative. Let's get that creative pen back up here. It's a match we've never seen before. This would be a dream match. Granted, LA Knight versus John Cena would be a dream match. But I'll say this, it's heel versus face. And not just heel versus face. It's like John Cena's, this is like John Cena's ultimate villain. It seems like Gunther would have been a great foil for John Cena throughout his career. John Cena, while doesn't have that USA kind of gimmick that Hacksaw Jim Duggan had, he's definitely presenting himself more as an American hero than not. And Gunther, while he's not exactly the Iron Sheik, Sheiky baby, but he definitely does present himself more as a foreign heel. So we got John Cena versus the foreign heel. It's like Rocky versus that guy in Rocky 4. He dies. That is what this could feel like. So it could be a huge matchup. And LA Knight's a face, so it's like face versus face. You don't know who to cheer. We really like LA Knight, but we don't want to boo John Cena. Here, in this instance, we're definitely booing Gunther. There's no questions asked. We're booing Gunther. We're rooting for John Cena. So, like, a match that's never happened, the perfect arch nemesis for John Cena, and it's like, we know who to boo. Plus, you got the mentality of Gunther, who's all about the sacredness of the ring. He can literally just tear apart John Cena and say, the reason wrestling is a circus nowadays, and people care more about playing video games backstage than training, is because of people like you, John. You started with your rapping, and now your jean shorts and your spinner belt, all these things. You ruined wrestling, and here I am to unruin wrestling. He'll say it better than that, though. Sometimes I get a loss for words, but I want to just keep going. All right, so yes, but yeah, old school versus new school mentality. Yeah, many things fit within this fourth category. Now I am going to talk age. This is a bonus. This is a bonus one. Age, I don't think it's that big of a deal, but throwing it out there, he's under 40. Gunther's 38. I didn't say he's well under 30 like Obafemi or Braun Breaker, but he's under 40. Now we go to the final reason, and that's John Cena can win. John Cena can straight up win if he faces Gunther. Think about this. If he faces LA Knight and LA Knight loses, it's like face versus face. LA Knight kind of looks like a chump. But if John Cena beats Gunther is like, everybody's going to cheer. The place would explode. The place would explode if John Cena somehow pulled off an upset victory over Gunther, and it's crazy that it would be considered an upset. The time-honored tradition is for the wrestler to go out on his back and take the pin, but AEW stopped that when they allowed Sting to win his last match. And so what if Triple H is like, you know what? Anything AEW can do, I can do better. John Cena, you can win your last match, and he can't win it against LA Knight, but he can win it against Gunther. And I know people are probably like, well, shouldn't he be putting over Gunther because we need to put over younger talent? Well, I mean, if you think about it this way, he already has. If Gunther loses here, then Dominic Mysterio, a guy under 30, can literally say, I was the last guy to beat John Cena. So, like, Gunther losing actually elevates Dirty Dom. Dom can be like, I was the last guy. I'm the last guy that won a title from him. I'm the last guy that beat him. And he just gets to gloat and gloat and gloat. Gunther, on the other hand, well, he can survive it. He can survive it. He's already demonstrated that. After WrestleMania, when he tapped out in like half a second, 2 weeks later, he got all of his aura back by attacking announcers. He got all of his aura back, and then he went on and retired Goldberg. So, like, Gunther takes the pin, and oh well, c'est la vie, said the old folks. Goes to show you never can tell. And to be quite honest with you, this is just a job for Gunther. I've listened to his interviews, and he could be kayfabe, but I really do think that, yes, he does love the sport of wrestling. I also don't think he cares too much about the sports entertainment aspect of wrestling. So I'm thinking he won't even care. Like, he already has himself a fat contract and a bus, and his family is eating well. I think that's all he really cares about. When Gunther leaves wrestling, I don't think he's ever going to look back. And so, like, Gunther probably will be like, all right, give me the pin. I'll take the pin. I get the championship later next year. Cool. Let's do this. Let's go. I'll clock in. I'll job out. And then John Cena, he wins. The place erupts. Gunther walks to the back. He'll recover next week or at the Royal Rumble, and John Cena then gets to celebrate with everybody on a really big high. Because the crowd is just crazy. He beat the foreign heel. It's like John Cena can beat Gunther, and Gunther won't care. The fans will be ecstatic. John gets that feel-good moment, and Dominic Mysterio suddenly gets the last victory over John Cena. So, yeah, ironically, one reason for Gunther to fight John is because he can afford to lose. And there you have it. Yesterday, why LA Knight? Today, why Gunther? And suck it! Sorry, I was in the X spot. I had to do that. But yes, no, for real though, those are my reasons. Let me know what you think. Who you think based on yesterday's and today's video. Boys, girls, have yourselves a great day.